Instant match reaction, Everton 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0 at Goodison Park. Everton cruise into the 5th round of the FA Cup with a very professional performance tonight. It was absolutely brilliant from start to finish. Exactly what you want in a game like tonight. You don't want any stress. You don't want to let Sheffield Wednesday get in the game. You don't want it to be difficult. You just want us to go out there, put in a top professional performance, see the game out, make it comfortable, and then, bring players on to ultimately to allow those players that have started to get a little bit of a rest ahead of, what is a really, really tough game on Wednesday. It was fantastic today. Absolutely fantastic. Can't fault the performance whatsoever. Sheffield Wednesday turned up and they worked hard. They made it difficult for us at times, certainly before we managed to get the first goal. He created a couple of opportunities. They didn't just curl over, but it was a top performance by Everton today, and there was only ever going to be one winner. James Rodriguez, absolutely unbelievable from start to pretty much finish. I mean, he went off 5 minutes before the end of the game, but he was just everywhere tonight, making it happen. 2 assists, of course, 2 brilliant corners swung in. Richarlison getting his head on the first one and Yerry Mina getting his head on the second one. But not just the assists for James tonight, he was everywhere. He must have created about 45 chances, be it for Dom, be it for Richarlison, who was offside on a couple of occasions, had one in the back of the net in the first half, but he was offside. That was created by James. Another one just before he was taken off where he was offside, again created by James, whether it be Andre Gomez. Everybody was just, had balls put on the plate for them in front of goal tonight by James Rodriguez. He was just absolutely exceptional, and that's what you've got when you've got a player like James. He's world class. He's absolutely world class, and he just dictates football matches, and he makes it look so easy. It's just like second nature to him. He's just unbelievable on the pitch, and we saw that today in full flow. And obviously he come off the pitch after a fantastic shift, definitely worthy of the Man of the Match award that was given to him by BT. But everybody else put in a really good shift today as well. Like I said, it was a really solid, professional, top performance by Everton. Some absolutely unbelievable passages of play during the game as well. We'll get onto the goals in a second, but some absolutely unbelievable passages of play that didn't end up in a goal. I know Gylfi Sigurdsson and James combined in the first half and slotted it to Dom, and Dom brings the ball back fantastically and has a shot on goal, and it's saved. But it would have been goal of the season if it had went in for me. It was just absolutely fantastic. But again, like I said, that mixed with hard work and fight and just professionalism. You look at the game against Rotherham a couple of weeks ago, and it was exactly the opposite of that tonight. We scored a goal early on, and then we just made it hard for ourselves. We allowed Rotherham to get back into the game. They controlled the ball, they got forward, they scored, and ended up taking us to extra time. And it wasn't until extra time where we actually sort of sat up and thought, you know what, we'll go and get this game won. Whereas today, from start to finish, it was just comfortable. It was comfortable, it was professional, and it was, it was fantastic. It really, really was. Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting back on the score sheet tonight, as well as Richarlison. I said it at the start of the game, said it, a couple of days ago when we done the preview. For me, if Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison can start this game, get a goal or two between them, and that'll give them that boost of confidence going into what is a tough run of Premier League fixtures coming up. Dom's struggled to get goals recently, I think because of the service hasn't quite been there through injuries to the likes of James and Luca Dean. Same with Richarlison. So it was always going to be really important tonight that both got on the score sheet and give them that little bit of confidence. And I know Richarlison went off and he didn't particularly look happy, but that was probably because he had a fantastic opportunity to get a second just before it, but he was offside. He could have had a hat-trick today. He had one goal that was offside. He had one goal that obviously counted, and he had one just before he went off, one effort, which, he ended up putting wide. But I think if he knew he was onside, he'd have done better with. He also had one chance which was fantastically saved as well. And it will do Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin the world of good, those 2 goals. It really, really will. That extra bit of confidence going into the next couple of fixtures is to know, right, okay, I've got a goal again now. I've got to go again at the weekend. I've got to go again during the week, and that's exactly what we needed out today. It's a fantastic first goal, really, really well worked. Gylfi Sigurdsson, bringing the ball out, finding Andre Gomez. Andre Gomez bursts down that left-hand side, brilliant ball into the box, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin's on the end of it, exactly in the position that you need him to be in, exactly where he should be, exactly where we've been praising him all season for being in those positions. Like I said, 18 months ago, Dom isn't on the end of that because he's probably putting the ball into the box or he's doing too much to create those chances, whereas he wasn't today. He was gambling on that ball coming across the box, and it was a fantastic finish, and it puts Everton 1-0 up, and from that point point on, like I said, Sheffield Wednesday had to sort of come out a little bit and had to try and force an opportunity, and that just meant James Rodriguez was left with mounds and mounds of space. And when you leave James Rodriguez with space, he's just going to create constantly all day. I'd love to see his stats for pass completion and for chances created, because he must have created about 700 chances. He was just everywhere, balls over the top, through balls through. If it had been a little bit more clinical, it could have been 5-6 today with, you know, the balls that James Rodriguez was playing into players. But like I said, gets into a little bit later on in the second half. We get a corner, brilliantly well worked, and the keeper puts it out for a corner. We did the bar previous to that as well. Richarlison hitting the bar. I forgot to mention that before. Ball comes in, he heads it, and the keeper tips it onto the bar. But James takes the corner. It's wonderfully floated in. Richarlison's on the end of it. Fantastic header. 2-0. Game, set and match. And then pretty much 2 minutes later, we go and get another corner. Similar situation. James floats this one in, and big Yerry Mina's on the end of this one. 3-0, and that's it then. A comfortable win, and comfortably, you know, taking us into the next round. And, you know, we can sit here all day long and talk about Sheffield Wednesday, and they're in the Championship and they've struggled so far this season, and that should be the expectation, and that tonight should be the expectation. But we all know, as Evertonians in previous years, that isn't the expectation. This is the first time we've got into the FA Cup 5th round, I think, since 2016, when we made the semi-final under Ronald Koeman, under Roberto Martinez, sorry. Oh no, it might have been Ronald Koeman, actually. We'd been knocked out in the 3rd round, and I think 3 out of the last 4 years. So it's not Everton to go out and put in a professional performance and just beat somebody. We saw shades of that last time out against Rotherham. We made it really difficult for ourselves, and that's why that is so important tonight, to just go out and win the game. You know, no giant killing, no is there going to be an upset, no, just go out, professional performance, and win the game like we should have done. And that's exactly what we did. Like I said, it had everything tonight. Goals for Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which were very, very important for their confidence. Just absolute world-class football by James Rodriguez. The midfield was solid. Decore done his job, you know, done well when he needed to. Ben Godfrey again at left-back was really, really solid. Mason Holgate and Yerry Mina both at centre-back, done the job. I thought Seamus Coleman was solid. Robin Olsen didn't have an awful lot to do, but he had a couple of shots hit at him and he dealt with them well. And the forward line, like I said, James had an absolute field day. Richarlison, again, probably a little bit frustrating, to be honest, but ultimately, look, he got his goal. He hit the bar. He had one in the back of the net, which was just offside. He had another couple of opportunities where the keeper made some good saves. So, again, that goal will give him the world of confidence, and he mightn't have looked amazingly happy when he come off, and that's probably because he knows he could have had another 2 or 3, but that goal itself, he'll sit back and think, you know what, got a goal now, I'll bounce on to Wednesday against Leicester. Dom, again, really, really solid shift for Dom today. And of course the substitutes that come on, young Thierry Small making his debut, making him Everton's youngest ever player at just 16 years old. I think he's beat Jose Baxter by 15 days, I think they said in commentary. Absolutely fantastic to see him come on. Had a couple of chances, couple of touches of the ball, made a nice little run as well. Fair play to him. And Tyler Onyango, who come on and just looks so dominant in that midfield, doesn't he? I mean, Thierry Small, you know, he done well and he didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't have an awful lot of the ball. He wasn't sort of, you know, particularly calling for it. He just done what he needed to do in the couple of minutes that he was on. But Tyler Onyango come on at the same time, 5 minutes to go, and he just looked like he wanted the ball. He looked like he wanted to control the midfield. He's so big, he's so tall, he looks such a commanding, demanding figure in the centre of the park, and it takes something when he's standing next to Abdoulaye Doucouré, and he looks bigger than Abdoulaye Doucouré. I don't know whether he is or whether it was just the camera on the television, but he looked bigger and he was calling for the ball. He threw a good challenge in and tacked his man well as well towards the back end of the game. And again, for a lad that's only come on for 5 minutes in his Everton debut, for me, really, really impressed today. Even just that coming forward and saying, I want the ball, I want to move it, I want to get it. It shows the confidence that he's got. And this lad was playing under 18s football not so long ago, and he had a step up to 23s because he was fantastic in the 18s. He's been brilliant in the 23s, and he's got his debut tonight. And again, even though for the 5 minutes he was on it, he didn't have an awful lot to do because it was coming to the end of the game and Sheffield Wednesday were tired, and he was calling for the ball and he looked confident, and you know, similar with Thierry Small as well. So absolutely fantastic to see. And look, overall, like I said, there's not much else to say. Very professional, solid, quality Everton performance. Some brilliant passages of play. James Rodriguez, rebounding in it, chipping balls over the top, playing balls in, corners. He's just exceptional. He's just absolutely exceptional, and that's exactly what you want to see. And, you know, we sit here on a Sunday night, no stress, no panic, no worry, just into the 5th round of the FA Cup, and we'll see who we'll face when Wycombe play Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow. But really good performance by Carlo Ancelotti's Everton. Very, very happy with that one. And now we move on to Wednesday's game against Leicester, and hopefully we can get a big win in the league, which will take us right to the top couple of places. There was always that question tonight about how the break will affect Everton, because it didn't really affect us brilliantly last time when we had that break due to the City game, come back against West Ham and we were poor. But today we were on it. We really, really were on it. And you can say, you know, you're coming up against championship opposition, blah, 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 but you can only beat what's in front of you, and we done that comfortably today, and that'll give us a lot of confidence going into Wednesday. Big win, fantastic results, fantastic performance, and we fly into the 5th round of the FA Cup. Big thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. Player ratings will be up shortly. Big thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon on the Mighty Blues.